Hello! It is Foundation Friday, October 25th, 2019. Steve Sipress here in beautiful Tempe, Arizona. Down by the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport on a beautiful, not a cloud in the sky, sunny day. Got a kind of a whipping wind there was last night and remaining through the day here a little bit. But anyway, about to head home. But I wanted to share something that I heard yesterday. I was on stage an event, and the featured speaker, Laurel Langmeyer, if you hadn't seen her, she is something to behold. Really knows her stuff. She calls herself the Millionaire Maker, and she helps people make and keep a lot of money. So that's always cool. And one thing she said hit me. She said, the term retirement, it's not meant for humans. It's an agrarian term for putting animals out to pasture. You retire them. And I was like, I think I'll talk about that on Foundation Friday. It's a foundational principle. When do you retire? Do you retire? Do entrepreneurs retire? We're already doing what we love. Hopefully you are. Why would you retire? And try and find something else to do. Why would you do that? But I looked it up and I could not find a confirmation of that. So I don't know where she found it, but I did see that the whole concept of workers retiring was started by Otto von Bismarck or something in Germany 150 years ago, when he said, the government was paying people to stop working because I guess they were clogging up the works. And the retirement age he set was 70. Now here's the thing. Life expectancy back then was 70. So that's one reason that the United States government is in irretrievable, ridiculous debt. And it's spiraling out of control because people are living a heck of a lot longer than 65, and yet the government is starting to pay people out their Social Security and give Medicare and all this kind of stuff way, way, way too early. I have no intention of retiring. I don't know many people that do in my world, since I really hang out only with entrepreneurs. I don't know anybody who's really some of us, retired for a little bit, sold a business, retired, but then got incredibly bored and sick of it. I've talked to many people like that. They're like, how much can I possibly play golf or whatever? I just had to start up another company or whatever. And so this whole idea of retirement, if you ask me, it's not for entrepreneurs. I'd be interested to hear what you think. Put it in a comment below, wherever you're watching or reading or listening to this. I'd be interested. I personally have no intention of retiring. I remember having a conversation with a financial advisor about 15 years ago, and he sat down with my beautiful wife, Michelle, and me, and he said, all right, so we got a plan for retirement. And I looked at him like he had 17 heads, and I was like, retire? I'm never going to retire. Why would I retire? Doing what I love. I don't love playing shuffleboard and sitting around. I love helping people make money. And I'll never forget the reason I fired the guy immediately. Ended the conversation. This is what bad salespeople do. I guess he wanted to overcome the objection. But he telegraphed the fact that he had no clue of how to work with entrepreneurs. And all he worked with was 9-to-5 workers who hate their job and, of course, want to retire. So he couldn't understand such a thing. Whereas in my world, like I said, retire. Nope, nobody talks about retirement. I know lots of people, lots of speakers, authors, all kinds of consultants, coaches. They're in their 70s, 80s, 90s. They're still speaking all over the place and writing books and doing whatever. So, but he didn't get that. So now, scrambling to try and shoehorn me into his little world, which is, of course, this is not a video about a sales lesson, but that's the exact opposite of what you should do if you want to sell somebody something, is sell them what you think they need. No, sell them whatever they want. So I tell the guy I don't want to retire. He looks at me and my beautiful wife Michelle, and he says, well, what if you get hit by a bus? I'm like, did he just say that? I looked at my beautiful wife Michelle, I'm like, Did he just say that? He's trying so hard to sell me on some ridiculous financial plan that I don't want, that now he's going, what if you hit by a bus? I just looked at him. I said, have you ever heard of like Stephen Hawking? Like, they can put me in a wheelchair and I'll have to use my teeth to hit the keyboard, so I'll still write a book. I'll still put up videos. I'll still speak. I mean, it wasn't YouTube back then, but I'm like, yeah, I'll still write a book. I'll still speak. I'll still put out I'm like, dude, you have do not understand. I mean, we have investments, of course. We have all kinds of financial stuff going on, but it ain't because I'm going to retire. But anyway, so this term retirement, in my mind, it's really not for entrepreneurs, because if you're doing it right, you're doing what you love. And if you're doing what you love, why stop doing it just because some number comes up that your broke family members, or how you were brought up, or school teachers, or anyone that's not in the entrepreneurial world that's kind of brainwashed you or got you believing that, oh, just because there's some number you hit, that means you should stop doing what you love and somehow do something else. I don't believe in that. Shoot me a message, comment, a like, a don't like, wondering what you have to say. But that'll do it for Foundation Friday. You're not alone. In fact, I think you're in the majority of high-achieving entrepreneurs. I mean, heck, just realized we got one on the website. I've been thinking for years, what's with this guy? And now he's a president. But I was saying that all on the campaign trail. I mean, this guy, he's a billionaire, and he's got properties all over the world. He wines and dines and goes whatever, and he's almost 80 years old now. And not only did he not slow down or retire, he went and ran for president, for crying out loud, and then somehow he actually won, and now he's actually got to be the president of the United States. And all the high stress and pressure, whatever, that now see every other president, it turns their hair gray in a couple of years, since his hair is ridiculously colored, whatever, blonde or something. He's oops. I guess he's not going to have his hair, quote, turn gray. I'm sure it is gray without the color. But anyway, I digress. But there's an example. There's a hard-charging entrepreneur, Donald Trump, who says, not only am I not retiring at 65 or 70 or 75, even though I'm a billionaire, even though my kids could take over the business, even though I can spend the whole rest of my life doing anything I want, who knows, going all over the place to all kinds of porn stars and, having fast food with lots of ketchup on it. I mean, whatever the guy likes to do. But nope. He said, I'm going to go do 4 rallies a day and fly all over the country, and then actually somehow won the job and now has nonstop the whole world, half the country hates him, and everyone's tweeting at him and hating him and this and that, and he's just getting pounded every day and running for re-election to do it again for another 4 years. Come on now. See, so you got to wonder. Oh, and Jimmy Carter's another one. The oldest living U.S. president ever now. He's like 97 or something. Unfortunately, I think he just keeps falling now, so I don't know what's going on. He fell and got a black eye. Now he fell and broke his hip or something. But he's still building houses with Habitat for Humanity. He's still going on speaking. He's still out there doing stuff. So there you go. Okay, there's a couple of examples. And by the way, Jimmy Carter was also a business owner and entrepreneur. If you remember, if you look it up, if you're not dating myself, but if you don't remember back then, he was a peanut farmer before he became governor of Georgia and then president of the United States. So there's another business person. So business person, entrepreneur, we ain't retiring. Okay? I guess if you get to a certain age and they force you out or whatever, or you stop doing so, we'll start another business, we'll start another something or other, we'll do something else. That's how I feel. And to me, that's a foundational part of my life. It's a foundational concept. I wake up every day and I say, I'm doing what I want to do. And I don't think that, hey, I'm not watching the clock like I did when I was in grade school. Like, oh, it's almost 3 o'clock. Oh, it's April, it's almost May, it's almost June, the school year's almost over. Like, entrepreneurs, we don't think like that. Like factory workers or 9-to-5 workers, watching the clock, only looking busy when the boss comes around, when we come around. Our employees want to look busy or something. Like, none of that. We come in early, we stay late, we take the business with us, I'm thinking about it right now. We're thinking about it when we, unfortunately, sometimes we think about it too much. We should be out to eat and we should be focusing on our family, but, we're thinking something about work, and we're thinking on the weekend, and, we don't take vacations. Laurel said another thing from the stage. She goes, entrepreneurs, we don't take vacations, take business trips. You write everything off. Of course, that's what I do. I'll go to an event and I'll be speaking somewhere, the 2-3 day event. We'll take a week. My beautiful wife Michelle will hang out at the pool, go shopping. She's fine that I'm at the event for a few days, but we're together for 4 or 5 days. And then I'm at the event for 2-3 days, but we make a week or 10 days out of it. And can do all kinds of writing things off, and I can have business meetings every day before and after the event, so it becomes an entire business trip / vacation. 3 times a year now, for the last few years, I've been hosting the All-Star Entrepreneur Mastermind in locations all over the country. We'll be in Fort Lauderdale, Florida again in January, like we were last year. So I'm going to go to Florida in January. Well, I'm here in Arizona, so it's not that outrageous, but a lot of my clients will be flying in from all over the country, kind of nice, to go enjoy sunny Florida, Fort Lauderdale in January. And it's a business trip, and you write the whole thing off. But we'll be hanging out in the pool, in the hot tub, and chartering a boat, and we've rented a castle, and we'll be hanging out, having fun. So we're not watching the clock, and we're not saying, oh, thank God it's Friday, now I can, slink out early and work as little as I can. To me, every day goes by and I'm like, man, I just didn't get as much done as I wanted. So there isn't a day of the week that I'm like, oh, thank God it's Friday already. I'm like, damn, it's already Friday, the week's over, and I had so much more I wanted to accomplish. So that's how I feel, and that's how I feel every month and every year. And so that's it for Foundational Friday, the concept of retirement. I believe it's inhuman. It was just invented like 150 years ago. Look around the animal world. You don't see animals retiring unless, of course, humans take a racehorse and, quote, put it out to pasture. But in the wild animal world, animals don't retire. They got to wake up every day and hunt for food. When they can no longer do that, they're going to get eaten, or they're going to crawl off and die because they're lame or they're old or they're something. But there's not this whole concept of retirement. I don't buy it, not into it. And if you feel the same way, hit me up. Go to helpfromsteve.com. We'll get on the phone. And if you don't want a business tip or any help, we can at least tell some stories and have some fun and talk about the fact that, aren't we strange? Aren't we the black sheep of the family and the person nobody understands? And hit me up. Come to an event that I'm hosting or speaking at sometime, and we'll hang out. Did yesterday, hung out with a few of my clients, a couple of prospects, had a lot of fun, told a lot of jokes, and made some money at the same time. And to me, that's what life's all about. Have fun, less stress, make more money, help more people. To me, that's what owning your own business is all about, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So that'll do it for Foundation Friday. I'm going to head back home and go have dinner and a movie with my beautiful wife, Michelle, from beautiful sunny Tempe, Arizona. You can hear the planes going overhead because the airport is right here. You can see the planes up there. And that'll do it. I'll be back tomorrow on Social Media Saturday. I have a tip for you about social media in general, or one or more of the social media sites in particular. So I will catch you then. I gotta unlock the door. Thanks for being here today. Again, let me know what you think. Am I crazy? Am I crazy and you're crazy too? Love it. Catch you tomorrow. Over and out.